Time once again for us to check in with Megan MacBride, the Better Business Bureau of Essential New England. And this being the first of the month, let's check in on those scams that are out there that we need to watch out for. Megan, good morning.
Good morning, Hank. Thank you, as always, for having me on. Jumbled my words there a little bit.
That's all right. It's a Tuesday morning. It's the first of the month. It's April Fool's Day. Anybody out there, don't get tricked out there today. Listen, there are a lot of scams, so you don't want to have any of these tricksters but trick you on April Fool's Day because it can cost you a lot of money. Megan, what are some of the scams that are going around out there?
Yeah, so unfortunately, something that is not an April Fool's joke is taxes. It is something we all have to do, and we still have time until April 15th to do our taxes. So you know what that means. Scammers are out there taking advantage of the fact that it's tax season. So I wanted to bring to the table a few tips on how to avoid identity theft scams through your taxes, because that is a big, big deal.
Absolutely. We hear about this every year. I mean, you hear stories. I heard one the other day. Somebody had filed their taxes, and they got this note that said, you've already filed your taxes, and they found out that their identity had been taken. There's all kinds of scary things out there around taxes.
And that's exactly how it happens, Hank. A scammer somehow gets a hold of your information, your social security card, and the numbers on it, and they actually filed your taxes exactly as you said before you get around to it. So then not only is your identity stolen, but your quote-unquote return that you were going to get, and all of your personal sensitive information that pertains to you, your business, your family is on there.
Just think of the hassle to go through to get all of that straightened out. So you're not only concerned about getting your identity back, but you're out that money while you wait for the whole thing to be untangled. What a mess. How do I avoid that?
How do we avoid? So the BBB says some of the best ways to avoid these identity tax scams are, one, filing early. So I know it's the first of the month. We still have 15 days left. So if you're out there and you haven't filed your taxes, don't panic. That's not what I'm trying to make you feel. But just be aware of the signs. Watch out for the red flags. If a written notice from the IRS or CRA arrives in the mail about a duplicate return, respond promptly. Or if an IRS or CRA notice arrives stating that you received wages from somewhere you never worked or actually receive other notices that don't actually ever really apply to you, contact the IRS or CRA office immediately. Another big red flag is that you receive a notice that additional taxes are owed. The refund will be offset or a collection action is being taken against you for a year you did not file your tax return.
Wow. I mean, yeah, again, just not only being out the money, but just the hassle of all of this. So yeah, the more you can do to prevent, the better off you are.
Yeah, and always know the IRS is never going to call you and threaten you or send you a text saying you owe money. You are going to get an official letter in the mail saying, stating things, and that's why our tip is to respond to those, but don't respond to the other phishing emails or the texts or whatever you see. Secure your data. So again, when you're filing your taxes online with systems like H&R Block, TurboTax, make sure that in your web browser you see the little lock. So that way your account is secure and that way your browser is secure, because that's another way scammers can get your information is if you're working in an unsecured browser, there is a chance that your cookies are being tracked more likely, and that's how they can get that information.
Right. No, this is all, I mean, a lot of it is the same advice that we always have, right? I mean, things that just look fishy, check out. They get you because, of course, we have this fear, and then we act quickly before we take kind of that moment to breathe and say, the IRS would not act this way, or this is not how the IRS would contact me, or I can contact the IRS and find out if some things are legit. So there's some things that is just, advice always.
Yeah, and think of it like a pushy salesman, right? Nobody likes the pushy salesman. And when somebody is really trying to sell you something, you can kind of read through that and be like, all right, you're really trying to upsell me. These scammers are trying to do the same thing, but not with trying to get you to buy something, but with fear. So exactly like you said, Hank, take that breath before you make any decisions and really think about what you're reading. What are you actually seeing? because I don't think that in any way, shape, or form the IRS is coming to bang on your door and steal your dog or whatever else they might threaten you with.
Exactly. All right, so taxes is a big one that's going around right now. Anything else we need to know about that, or any other scams that we need to be aware of?
Well, last part of it, just with the taxes, is also if you're going to use an outside source like a tax preparer, make sure you're doing your research, because there are situations where people can be quote unquote ghosted by their tax preparer, where they do the same thing. They take your return, they take your identity.
Boy, I don't doubt it, Megan. You know, the ones that I'm always a little leery of is it shows up in that vacant storefront right around tax time, and then on April 16th, it's gone. And I go, like, what if I ended up having a problem? And now oftentimes I see people streaming in there and stuff, but it's like, what if I ended up having a problem? How would I get in touch with this person who's no longer at the location?
I know.
Jeez.
Oh, it's a scary world out there.
It really is. All right, so definitely tax scams. Be on the lookout. What else have we got?
Another big one, the rise of AI, right? So that's a big one. So I did want to do a scam alert on how to spot phony services when shopping for an AI solution, because we all love AI.
I'm not sure I understand it, so I need to listen up here. I might get scammed and not even realize
Oh, you're good on the tax front, but now we got to get you up to speed on the AI front.
Absolutely.
So imagine this. You get an unsolicited call, email, or text message claiming to offer AI services for small businesses. A lot of people on here are small business owners, so I'm sure that, a lot of small business owners are looking for solutions like AI capabilities to help with data and writing. So you even may stumble across a convincing-looking ad on social media or been sent one by a friend. The service sounds amazing. You'll pay a reasonable amount up front, and once the AI is set up, you can expect incredible benefits such as automating all of your marketing needs. So I guess Megan, the marketing director, is no longer needed.
That's it. You're out.
I'm out.
We just have AI.
I know, just AI now. If the ROI sounds too good to be true, that return on investment, that's probably because it is. That's one of our favorite slogans at the BBB. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. So a recent scam tracker report from the BBB says that one small business owner reported receiving a call from someone claiming to be with Yelp, offering AI website services for a one-time fee. They were then referred to a quote-unquote business manager who pushed more expensive plans. After researching the company and finding scam reports, the consumer demanded a refund, which eventually was processed. So thankfully, they did get their money back. One small business owner reported signing up for a free trial of what appeared to be a promising new AI product. They laminated that the company charged $144 plus $12 of a processing fee before the free trial was up. When I explained the situation over email, the success manager denied a refund and would not put me in contact with anyone else at the company. I informed him that the company was partaking in misleading and false advertisement, and he failed to respond to my email.
Yeah.
So there are some phony AI companies out there that are claiming to offer a good service, and what they're really doing is taking your money and running.
Absolutely. And this is where the fact that it is so new to so many people, I think, comes in. I mean, I think sometimes those are the two scams that you have brought us today. One about taxes, because it is so timely and so it's easy for us to get taken in. The other with something like AI is simply because we don't know enough. And if somebody's telling us something about AI, we go, okay, well, that sounds good. I guess that's what it does. Here's my money. Here's my information.
Yeah, exactly. We're all looking for those experts, right? Like every week we have businesses come on who explain their trade and what they're experts at. And, these people claim to be quote unquote experts at AI. So we trust them to teach us that, because to your point, exactly, we don't know enough about AI. It's still such a new thing. But unfortunately, even though it's new, scammers have still found a way to take your money.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Remember, this is why Better Business Bureau. Look for that BBB accredited business. Then you know that they've been vetted. Then you know that they've been checked out. Then you know that they're reliable, and they're the ones that you can trust.
Exactly. And we're always here to help. You can always give us a call if you're want any questions answered around what type of businesses you should go for looking like for an AI solution, we're one call away at 508-755-3340. So we're always happy to help there.
Absolutely. BBB.org. Megan, anything else we need to know today?
Well, this Thursday, we will be at the Doubletree Hotel from 4 to 7 in Westboro, Mass. at the Business Expo. We are going to be sharing a BBB table with our lovely friends at the BBB out of Boston. So if you're a small business and are looking to network and meet other great small businesses, you should check it out.
Very good. Megan, thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you, Hank.